Tokyo, Japan. My name is Gary Verheller, and I'll be your host for what we call the Substance of Living podcast. Today, we'll look at what we call life's lessons. And I hope this will provide you with some insight, maybe even some inspiration to life's challenges. This is life lesson number 3, episode number 3, and it's called, What is Your Purpose? Every time somebody asks me to work with them, or somebody asks to work for my company, one of the key questions I ask is, well, what is your purpose? And usually they respond, they say, what is my purpose? I'm sorry, what do you mean? And so I said, well, what is your life purpose? What do you want to give your life to? What do you want to devote your life to? Because if you can tell me what your life purpose is, then I might know somebody, or I might be working in an area that parallels your purpose. So you're working not just for me, not just for money, you're working for yourself because it's connected to your life purpose. And most people, when I ask, what is your life purpose? They're just, oh, gee, I don't know. And I'll say, okay, well, take 2 weeks, come back to me with an answer. And they come back. And a lot of people, myself included, struggle with that question. What is my purpose? And I learned from constructive living an exercise that is very powerful, that will help you get a better idea of knowing what your purpose is. Now, what I usually do with people to show them that they can come up with purpose, what I usually do is I'll say, okay, well, let's do this. Let's imagine that I'm your doctor, and you come to me and I say, I'm really sorry. We've done the test 5 times. I've called in outside experts, and I'm sorry to tell you that you have 2 weeks to live. What would you do? If you knew that you just had 2 weeks to live, what would you do? Most people just, 2 weeks. They would want to get their affairs in order so that their family, the people that would survive their death, wouldn't suffer. They want to let everybody know that meant something to them in their life, that they appreciated them and they loved them. They wanted to share the last moments of their life with loved ones and be surrounded with loved ones. And I'll say, do you see, when you were focused, when you knew that you had a limited time, all of the nonsense just dropped away. You didn't think about watching television or going to a movie or worrying about fashion or you were focused on what you wanted to do in the last 2 weeks of your life. Okay, well, extend that. Now you've got 4 weeks, you've got a month. Now you've got 3 months, now you have 6 months. Now you have the rest of your life. So, if you have an idea of the direction you want to go in, it won't be a straight path. You'll always be making changes and alterations and upgrading and refining. And that's life. That's good. Here's the exercises that I strongly suggest you consider doing. And you have to be sincere if you really want to benefit by this exercise. It's called obituary, eulogy, and epitaph. I want you to write your own. Now, I've done this 3 times. I want you to write your own obituary, When do you project in the future? When will you die? For example, my dad died when he was about 87. So I'm healthier than him. I've been very careful about my diet and I exercise. So I'm shooting for 90, 95. That's what I was thinking. My mom had a bad heart. I've got a bit of a bad heart in that I have stents and I've had to have operations, and that's okay. But I've taken care of myself better than my mom and dad did. So I'm thinking 90 or plus years, I'm hoping. So But what would I die of? Well, my mom had cancer, my dad had cancer. I was a smoker for 10 years before I finally realized how stupid that was. So maybe cancer. Where would I die? Who would survive me? What have I done in my life? Because the obituary is usually made up of concrete concepts. Concrete concepts can be measured, weighed, or counted. He was president of Inspire Company Limited since 1996. So there's numbers, there's years, there's time. You can count it, you can measure it. So that's what the obituary is. Now, let's go to eulogy. Eulogy is how people will remember you after you die. What would your best friend or what would your best friend say about you? How are you going to be remembered? This can be a very emotional part of the exercise because it makes you realize what you've done in your life and makes you aware of how finite life is. Right now, I'm 71 years old. I can't believe I'm 71 years old. I feel like I'm about 40. But it's made me realize life most certainly is finite. And I better do my best and be at my best for what time I have. So your eulogy, and each time I've done it, I've gotten pretty emotional because I want, hopefully, people will remember me in a positive way. The last one is epitaph. Now, epitaph is the pithy statement on the tombstone. And it's at most a sentence. It can be one word. My sentence is, he was a good friend. Or it can be reduced to good friend or just friend. Because I truly believe in my heart, the foundation of every interaction, of every human interaction, is friendship. Treating people with respect and dignity and recognizing their value. That's, to me, the essence of human interaction. So, what is your purpose? And what you'll find happens after you've written your obituary, after you've written your eulogy, after you've written your epitaph, it gives you an idea of what you hope to accomplish in life, of what's valuable to you, and what you want to dedicate your life to. What do you want to contribute to in your life? For example, I still hope to work with an orphanage in Japan to help kids who didn't have the benefit of a mom and dad like I did. Maybe I can help them take another positive step in their life. So, what is your purpose? Please write in detail your obituary, your eulogy, and your epitaph. Know your purpose, or at least know yourself a little better, so you can know your purpose. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today for the Substance of Living podcast. If you'd be kind enough to consider subscribing, you can contact us through Spotify or Apple Podcasts or connect on Twitter. Join us again next time for what I hope will help you navigate life.